And to talk about them, we have this guy that you've never heard of. He's the co-founder of WeWon'tFly.com. He's run for state representative. He's a past Montgomery County chair, and he's our chief troublemaker of the county, Jim Babb.
I know that guy.
Thanks again, Ken.
You're welcome again, Jim.
See, that's the problem with the inspector of elections and judge of elections. You might win, okay? Just keep that in mind, all right? When I ran for office, it was for state rep. And 2004 and 2006 comes up every 2 years, and so this will be coming up next year. And the nice thing is, first of all, you don't have to worry about winning. Okay, you're not going to win. It's impossible for a libertarian really to win these offices. So you don't have to. So you can speak the truth openly. Okay, but it's high enough up, sort of up the food chain that you're going to get media coverage. So next year we have opportunities to run for state rep, state senate, and U.S. Congress. And although personally I think voting is a waste of time, I don't even recommend voting. I think running for office can be a fun way to do a little bit of damage to the establishment, and you can really make them squirm, especially when you can get a debate. And that's what really makes this fun. In the first time I ran for office, I was like, you know what, I just want to learn about the process. I didn't have, I think maybe I had like a simple one-page website, but I just really wanted to learn how to get on the ballot, how to do stuff. Second time, I'm like, let's have some fun with it. So I called the League of Women Voters. I'm like, hey, when's that debate going to be? Like, debate for state rep? I'm like, yeah, come on, when's the debate? And they're like, well, I guess we could try to have one. Sure, okay, we'll let you know. Anyway, so after maybe a few more phone calls and, weeks or how much time passes, they said, okay, we're going to have a debate. All right, so it's going to be you, the incumbent state rep, and the Democrat, it was a Republican, and the Democratic challenger. Like, okay, let's do it, So they set it up, but then it's like, okay, well, who's going to tell the media? Well, I don't know. Okay, so I'll tell the media. Okay, I'll be the one to make sure you have the debate. I'll be the one to make sure people know about the debate. And I'll be the one to show up at the debate and make the incumbent look ridiculous. Okay, and that's what the libertarian can do. Libertarian can stand there and speak the truth. They can ask the hard questions. They don't have to worry about pissing off XYZ special interest or the teachers union or what have you. You just get to speak the truth. So it's a great opportunity. I start the debate and I say, you know what, I've got a prediction. Both this person and this person have these wonderful ideas for your money. My position is going to be slightly different. I think you've got your own great ideas for your money. Okay? So you can set them up for failure for the entire debate. And anybody can do this. After the debate, I even had the husband of the incumbent come up to me and shake my hand and be like, wow, you really won that one. Because it's the libertarians have the truth on our side. We have principle. And we don't have to pander. So it can be really fun. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can get on the ballot in a single day for state representative. Signatures are maybe 250, 300 signatures. What I recommend is on primary day, which is I believe it's sometime in May, you go to the polling place or have a couple volunteers do this with you. Everybody that comes to the polling place is a registered voter, and they're in your district. You can get, as they're coming out of the polling place, you get their signature on your petition. This gets you on the general election ballot later. I did it, last time I did it, I got everybody in one day. I sent out a press release. I said, hey, Libertarian candidate gets on the ballot after one day of petitioning, thanks to Democrats and Republicans. Because that's who's showing up on primary day. So you can get on the ballot relatively easy. You can do it really like you and one friend can get you the minimum signatures in one day. Get that over with. And because it's on primary day, with registered voters at the right place, the signatures are bulletproof. It's very difficult to challenge that. So you can get on the ballot for very little expense. You can get, and you start getting free media coverage just for getting on the ballot. You don't even have to have a website. Okay, now you can do it, but the reporters will call you. The Philadelphia Inquirer will do at least several articles. They'll give you one article just on you. I mean, you get dozens of stuff, and also running is libertarian so-and-so. But you'd be surprised how much media you can get for just being the guy on the ballot. And being the guy that's like, you know what, they're both full of crap. And speak the truth. So even though I don't recommend voting, I think running for office can be really fun. Running for U.S. Congress is a little bit harder. You might need several thousand signatures to get on the ballot. So you can use the same strategy, but you better have 5 or 6 friends ready to work all day on primary day. But again, you get on the ballot, and then the rewards are that much higher. U.S. Congress, almost guaranteed to have a televised debate. So you get to go on TV, stand next to these incumbent douchebag congresspeople with like a 9% approval rating, and you can just call them out on their BS. I mean, there's very little as enjoyable as standing next to an incumbent in a debate where everybody's taking it very seriously and pretending that all their crap and their lies and their garbage pandering is serious, and you can easily dismiss it, call them out, use your libertarian principles, and expose them for the frauds they are. So this year, as Ken said, we've got these small local positions. Be careful because you might win. But if you just want to do some damage and you want to ridicule the establishment and you really want to have fun, I recommend running next year for state rep, state senate, or U.S. Congress. Does anybody have any questions about that?
Well, what would you say if you actually won one? Like, what if you want to do? Yeah, you want to win the election. Like,
if you want to win, for like state rep or U.S. Congress,
like, I'll come out. Right now, I'm a registered Republican because I do want to run for office, and I think that that's the only method that's going to get me there.
You're probably right. I mean, if we were in communist Cuba and you want to win, you got to run communist. Okay. Right now, we're in statist Pennsylvania, and the incumbent parties have a lock on it. Now, granted, it's still going to be very difficult to win.
Absolutely.
Because unfortunately, even within the main parties, that they kind of know, like, oh wait, you got principles? Well, hold on there. It's going to be extremely difficult to win unless you can somehow hide the fact that you're not a Goldman Sachs shill. So, we have friends. Our friend Pat Sellers did this 2 years ago. Did it in District 6 against incumbent Jim Gerlach. He's like, you know what?
He won the first precinct.
What's that?
He won the first precinct to report.
He won the precinct?
He won the first precinct that reported.
Okay, right. Out of how many?
5.
So the problem is, when you have principles, okay, when you're worthy of being elected, that disqualifies you. Okay? So whether you're running as a third party or whether you're running as an establishment party, as a disruptor, you're going to get the same sort of cold shoulder from the establishment. But hey, whatever floats your boat. I'm not a party loyalist, so go with whatever you want to do.
I disagree completely. I think you can win, and it's happened over and over again where somebody outside the system has overturned incumbents and D's and R's, and either one's from the two old
Jesse
parties.
Ventura.
And that's a good example at a high level. There's a lot of others at lower levels as well. And I'm thinking in Abington Township, John Carlin, a Republican, actually won as a Democrat. He went out and he campaigned against the Democrat in the Democratic primary.
For state representative?
No, for a local race.
Oh, well, we're talking about, you can win local races. I'm talking about
and there's state rep examples.
State rep and above.
That's just one I have on the top of my head.
Right.
Don't listen to him. You can do it.
Don't listen to me.
Don't listen. He's a troublemaker.
Right, just look at all those elected libertarians and independents in the State House, and you know I'm wrong.
And if you can contact any of the member of the Libertarian Caucus in Congress. I think there's like 70, 80 Libertarian
in U.S. Congress?
In the U.S. Congress.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's out of control.
Jim, and another thing you're ignoring is PA clean sweep a couple of years ago. How many did they elect? 11? 11 state reps and state senators.
True.
So it's been done here in Pennsylvania.
Don't let bad
recently.
cynicism stop you from doing anything.
I'm just saying, look, okay, you know what? Surprise me and win. Knock yourself out. But if you're doing it to win, you may be disappointed. Do it to have fun. do it to be a monkey wrench in their scripted BS pageant of statist propaganda.
You're right. It is.
I think that's just general good life advice. Like, don't do it to win, do it to throw a monkey wrench in their statist propaganda.
I agree.
Does anyone else have a question? I know, Richard, I mean, other people have run for state rep. Richard, you ran, didn't you? Didn't you run for state rep?
I did.
All right, how did you make out? Did you have fun doing it?
Yeah, I mean, I just sort of got in backwards and, you know, got my name on the ballot and didn't really do anything, though. I got 10% of the vote.
10% for not even doing anything. Not bad. Not bad at all. But anyway, does anybody else have any questions about state rep, state senate, U.S. Congress?
Will you act as David Axelrod for Steve Normo's gubernatorial campaign next year?
Salvi got that joke.
Well, now we're about to get into statewide races, and Ken's going to come back up and talk about that because Ken's run for governor a couple times, and I think he almost got 1%.
No,
Right? No? Okay, he didn't almost get 1%, but he really did a good
I
job.
did better, much better than that.
Okay. Anyway, the statewide offices are really fun. I mean, Ken Ken can tell you about it, but he got to call out Ed Rendell, when he did it. You can really have a lot of fun, and that's right. If you can get on the ballot statewide, you can have some spectacular fun. In fact, if you're going to run on a platform that's designed to make a mockery of the entire system, you have my entire full support. Whatever I can do, I'm behind you. So, all right. Without further questions, I'll turn it back over to Ken, who will discuss statewide races.
Yeah.